Welcome to SrcCodes. Today we're going to talk about the Scrum certification, pspo-1, which is actually the Professional Scrum Product Owner 1 certification issued by Scrum.org. So let's talk about it. Now, who would want to take the certification? Basically, anybody in the IT industry, I would guess, like a business analyst who wants to become a product owner, or even a person from the industry, not IT industry, from some service domain, like it could be manufacturing, it could be pharma, who wants to join the IT industry as a domain expert. So being a product owner really brings in a lot of knowledge and your expertise and lets you leverage your domain knowledge that you might already have in a certain field. That will give you an edge over the others when you join the IT industry, because you will become a subject matter expert for that company to build products targeting that particular industry. So any one of those people could want to become a product owner, or even any member of an existing Scrum team might aspire to become a product owner. So there are a lot of people who would want to do this certification, and I being one of them. My preparation time was less than 2 weeks for a particular reason, and but when you are planning, I would suggest you take 2 weeks time to prep this up. So I have broken this series into 2 parts. First, we will talk about 2 weeks to go, like 2 weeks before the test and 1 week before to go. So what is the certificate? pspo-1 is issued by Scrum.org. You have 60 minutes to answer 80 questions, multiple choice, and the passing score is 85%. You can buy the test and take the assessment at any time of your choice. So there is no restriction that it has to be on a set date at a set hour. So there is a lot of flexibility in that. What does it test you on? It tests you on primarily 3 things, to be specific: understanding and the applying Scrum framework, and also being able to develop people and products, and managing products with agility. So these are the main core areas, but then if you go to the product owner's learning path, you will be taken through all the articles and blogs that you need to get to. So I've broken this session into video into 2 parts. Today we're going to talk about the things you can do in the first week into your preparation. Ideally, we are planning to take the test 2 weeks down the line. So this is what you do in the first week of your prep, basically 2 weeks to go. So let's get to it. Step 1. Register to Scrum.org. It's free, so there is nothing other than creating a profile there. It's not, you will be able to access all the articles and blogs without registering, but registering here kind of gets your clock ticking. So it gives you a milestone that you are now part of this organization virtually, and you're part of its network. So this is a nice thing to do. I think whenever I have taken any test, being a part of that organization or association who offers the certificate gives me a kind of boost or a framework to work with, and this will be very helpful because next 2 weeks are going to be really hectic and you have a lot to cover. So that's first step, register. So it's very simple to register. You go to scrum.org and you go into the register button, and it's a simple form that takes only a few minutes where you can update your details, and this is how you do it. The next thing you need to do is download the Scrum Guide. Now, that is the first thing you should do. And there are multiple versions. You can download the PDF one, or you can also access the online guide. Please ensure that you're referring to the November 2020 version, because that is the most up-to-date version, and you will be tested on the basis of that guide. So be sure that you're referring to the right version. Now if you download, you will see that it's a 14-page document, not very long, but please don't underestimate its content, that you'll on the basis of the number of pages or the length of the document. It is a very content heavy document with lots of ideas and principles and framework bundled into these 14 pages. So, and also you need to read them multiple times. For beginning, read it, take it slow, read slowly. And as you read on, you will realize that it leaves a lot to your interpretation. So my idea is read and reflect. Just don't race through it. It is not that simple, and this is the basis of your journey into this world. So please slow down, take it slowly, and keep reading. And I think by the end of these 2 weeks, you would have to read it at least 4 to 5 times. I did. I did not belong to this industry, and this was all new to me to get to make sense of it. So please keep reading and reflecting, and start adding your notes. Notes are nothing but how you interpret it. At times you will read something you will not understand, and you might need to refer to Google or some blog to get more insights into to understand what those words or that phrase is particularly indicating, or how is it relevant to you, or what it makes how to make sense of it. So whatever you find and whatever makes it easier for you to understand, please make note. And also things that you are finding difficult to retain, underline. So that's the way. Read, reflect, and take notes. Third thing, there are many useful links in this scrum.org. In fact, it will give you everything that you need to know. First thing that I want you to visit the page is what is Scrum. Before you start with the product owner's learning path, please go through this, and it will give you links to all the interesting articles and materials and resources that you need to cover. Step 4 is product owner's learning path. Now, as it says, it's learning path, and it will guide you in the right direction. So it will start with Scrum Guide, and it will basically take you step by step into all the documents and the areas that you need to master. So this will take a lot of your time. I would suggest that you take 1 or 2 topics each day, so that you not only read it, but also imbibe those values, because they will help you in a long way in clearing the test. So next is product owner's learning path. The other thing that I always recommend is Scrum Glossary. I know Glossary is a part of those documents, and you will find it in the resources, but I like Glossary so much because it gives me quick ideas and quick references to all the concepts that I need to know. And whenever I'm going through the glossary and I stop and have to pause to understand something, I can instantly go and click on the link to elaborate it further, or simply Google it, and I'll have tons of resources that will help me understand that concept better. So that's why I always put glossary separately, because it has helped me not only on this pspo-1 certifications, but all the other certifications that I have done. The 6th one is the online Nexus guide. Now this one always comes up in the reading list that I have gone through. So I wanted to be on a safer side, and I went through it once. I don't think it talks about mostly scaling of Scrum. So that's not something we will expect questions to come from, but definitely go through it once, because I did. So I will suggest what I did. Just go through it once, rather than just outrightly taking it out of your list. The 7th action point would be Scrum Open assessments. Now, these are free assessments available on the site. You can go easily click on Open Assessments, and you will be able to access it. It has 30 questions, and it gives you 30 minutes to answer those questions. So you will go through the questions, and the best part is at the end of the test, you will be able to get the right answers, and that is why you need to take the test. And at this stage, first time when you're starting off this week, I would suggest take the test the very next day. At this point of time, you're not scoring 85%. All you're going to do is familiarize yourself with the interface, because the pspo-1 test exactly looks the page loading and how you answer, the way you can flag questions. All these things will actually help set your muscle memory for the future, so that they know, at least in terms of interface and the flow of the questions, you are familiar with it. And on the other end, the benefit is that you will see a lot of familiar questions popping up in your 80 question of 80. So from here, so please go through it, take the test, save a PDF at the end so that you can quickly refer and know the correct answers. And lastly, there is a Product Owners Open. It has only 15 questions. Again, it's another link from the same Open Assessments page, but it gives you 30 minutes. And honestly, 30 minutes is too much of a time, but then since you're starting and you need to go through each question in detail to develop an understanding over time, take it slow. The idea is, again, to familiarize yourself with the interface and as well as the type of questions that you're going to face. So basically you have 30 questions from Scrum Open and 15 here. So these 45, if you go on taking repeatedly, will help you develop a repository of questions, and also by saving the PDFs, you will have the right answer. These will tell you how to think, how to answer the questions. So the next time you visit the Product Owner Learning Path and you're going through the Scrum Guide, you will know how to address those concepts, how you will be tested. So first week, I leave you with these ideas. I know it looks like a lot, but once you start, you'll know this will add structure to your preparation. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. And also please leave a comment, like when you're starting your preparations or when you're done with your exam, just leave a comment stating what you didn't like, what didn't work, what I should have said here that I say in the next video, or what I missed. Thank you for that. See you in the next video. Bye.